Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We are going to start with Pablo Gavi. Of course, earlier today there was a report saying that, Gavi's registration have been cancelled by La Liga after going to court. But FC Barcelona have officially announced that all those rumors are all false, that nothing is like Gavi's registration have been cancelled. Gavi is still registered in La Liga. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking on this transfer news, claiming that Barcelona are tracking the progress of this teenage German prodigy, Saido Bade, of course, who plies his trade with Hamburg's youth side in Germany. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca! 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 According to recent reports, it has been said that Barcelona's registration of Pablo Gavi as a first-team player has been overturned and the player would have to return on his earlier contract and also wear his old number 30 kit number for the rest of the season. This was because the report claimed that Barcelona were one day late while filing their claim against La Liga to the court, and as a consequence, the judiciary refused to entertain their argument. However, in an interesting turn of events, Helena Condé says that Barcelona denied this news. The club assures that the lawsuit was filed in time and not delayed as the league says. The court's decision is not concrete and Gavi will continue to be registered as a first-team member until a final call is taken on the case by the judicial powers. Barcelona have been in a tussle with La Liga over Gavi's registration for a few months now. It was also reported that Javier Tebas and co. changed a set of rules in November 2022 after Barca announced Gavi's renewal. One of the arguments made by Tebas against the registration was that Barcelona's expected losses would go over 200 million euros. This rule came into power later, though, and the court therefore initially decided to rule in favor of Barcelona. Initially, this rule said that a renewal could be registered during the winter transfer window if it was signed before that, dependent on the salary cap for the following season. President Joan Laporta recently took on Tebas publicly, claiming that he also refused to let Barcelona register Lionel Messi back in 2005. He said, "I would also like to say that Mr. Tebas has already come to the fore again. Some had already warned us that Tebas seemed to be promoting a reputational campaign against Barca and against me. The mask has come off now," Laporta said. He continued by saying, "I remember that he is a person who in his career has already demonstrated his animosity towards Barca. Back in 2005, he didn't want Messi to play for Barca. He does not forgive us for not signing the agreement with CVC." Those are the words from Laporta. I think those are strong words from a leader. Those are words of courage. Those are words of bravery. Of course, it is no secret that Javier Tebas continued to intentionally bring frustration to us. And I don't know what our beloved club have done to Tebas. Tebas, being a president, so shameless as he is, claiming how he's a Madrid star in some interviews, makes most Barca fans not even too surprised about these decisions that he usually take against Barca because he's a Madrid star, for crying out loud. And definitely it is very frustrating that just to register Gavi, the whole world will hear that Gavi this, Gavi that, Barca don't supposed to register the guy. And I don't see no point in that. I don't know why Tebas will hang on something and as if he can die or can take us to court and just feel like Barca must go in for it. We must do this. We must pay for this. We must do this. At the end of the day, I don't think anything will happen concerning Gavi's registration because we did register Gavi's new contract after hard struggle, all because of Tebas who have been really there hanging on our necks just to ensure that we don't succeed in that regard. But when Barca went to the Court of Arbitration of Sport, everything ruled in our favor. But Tebas still was so annoyed about that, so jealous about that, and still trying to push for that Court of Arbitration of Sport to overturn that decision. And rumors started going everywhere earlier today saying that Gavi, the renewal, in fact, the registration of Gavi is not valid and everything like that. But Barca have came out to say all those things are lies, that Gavi is still a registered player. His new contract is still registered and he continues to don the number 6 jersey. Because had it been that the news is true, definitely we will start seeing Gavi onwards wearing the number 30, the number that he was wearing before going to the number 6, you know. So I think this is good news that such rumors that came out earlier were false. Then on to the next story of discussion. According to German publication Bild, Barcelona are tracking the progress of teenage German prodigy Saido Bade, who plied his trade with Hamburg's youth side. Bade, just 14 years of age, is already playing up ahead of his age group levels. The teenager is a right winger and is currently a part of the German outfit under 17 setup. In the ongoing campaign, the teenager has produced a tally of 3 goals and 4 assists in just 15 league matches at just under 17 level. Invariably, Bade's performances at the youth level have caught the eyes of several clubs within Germany, while Barcelona are also understood to have taken an interest in the young star. The Catalans have been focusing on strengthening the La Masia ranks so that they can keep producing talents through the academy who can step up and make a difference at the first team level. They have recently recruited the likes of Lucas Roman and Julian Araujo, while Ronaldinho's son João Mendes has also signed for the Barcelona academy. The club are also working to, tie down La Masia sensation Lamine Yamal to a new contract. Now the Blaugrana have set their sights on Saido Bade of Hamburg. The young winger, who will turn 15 in June, has a contract with the club that expires next year. Hamburg are keen on keeping their exciting prospects at the club, but interest from FC Barcelona could sway the young star to consider a switch and join La Masia. Of course, it's quite important for us to strengthen our academy, knowing fully well the philosophy that Barca have always had to bring in young top talents from the academy who have a bright future, and of course integrate them to the senior setup. And of course, this is no different. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.